Well, Steve Art's 89. Well, sad news that Diane Keaton passed away at age 79, was it? I think so. She didn't seem that old. That was the same age as my mother when she passed, and I didn't think Diane Keaton was that old. But yeah, I wasn't a huge Diane Keaton fan, honestly. I knew she was a good actress, and there were times where I watched films that she was in, partly because I knew, well, it's going to be quality if Diane Keaton's in it. But I wasn't a huge fan. I've seen The Godfather like once, years ago, and I didn't really like them, and I don't really remember her in it. I haven't seen Annie Hall. I haven't seen, what was the Woody Allen film that was Annie Hall, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she started her career in the 60s and 70s, and I really wasn't watching films, in the 60s and 70s because, I wasn't born. And I didn't really go back, and she's one of those people, like, there's a bunch of films of hers that I've heard of, like Annie Hall, and I'm like, well, I should watch them, and I haven't done it. Now, what I really knew her from, I mean, I did see Marvin's Room, and Something's Got to Give with Jack Nicholson, and she did another film where she was playing a mother that was really too involved in her son's life. I did see that. There's a couple of films I saw of hers recently, but for me, The First Wives Club was really, my Diane Keaton film. I loved her in that. I loved the film itself. And of course, the first thing I did when I found out that she passed was, watch the musical number from the end of The First Wives Club, where they're all singing You Don't Own Me. So I can't say I was a fan. And I don't really one of those people who, when someone dies, says, oh, they're the greatest thing, I love them. No, I didn't follow her career. I didn't watch all her movies. I'd just seen a couple. I'd seen her in a few things. I knew she was a good actress. I've seen a lot of interviews with her on Oprah and things like that, where she seemed like a very quirky, interesting person. And the last thing I saw her do was she was dancing to Miley Cyrus's song Flowers, and she was just having such a little feminist moment with this song, and she was really and Miley Cyrus saw it, and she shared the video, and I just remember that was the last thing she seemed to really do, where she sort of got some attention, and it was a nice moment. But then she was kind of embarrassed with her dancing and all that. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of missed the point. The point was that you were so excited by this, and that it was just this really beautiful song about being free and independent, and it was a very feminist message, like old school feminist message, because she came from that era, and it was interesting. But I'm not sure the last film that she did, but it didn't seem that long ago that she was acting. Despite her age, she did hold up fairly well. A lot of other actresses, I can't imagine working into their 70s, which I'm pretty sure she did. Her last film couldn't have been more than 10 years ago. But honestly, I had a quick look for a filmography, and they didn't have it in Wikipedia. They just listed a bunch of episodes that she'd done, and I think the last thing that I'm aware that she did was Book Club, which was nice. I did watch Book Club, but she was part of an ensemble there. I always sort of saw her as more of an ensemble actress, and like I said, quality, but I never sort of would have gone to watch a Diane Keaton film with her as the star. And I know she was also in that legendary flop, oh damn, I had the name and now I've just lost it. The one where they just had all, like Warren Beatty and all these Hollywood people just doing just a film together, all these huge names, big budget, big cast. I think it was called Town and Country. Total bomb. But yeah, it's sad. We saw Bette Midler and Goldie Hawn talking about it, because I think her and Goldie Hawn had sort of a pact to sort of, grow old together and live in a commune with all their other female actresses when they were older, and I guess they all sort of were too rich and had families, so it didn't happen. But they did stay lifelong friends, which was nice. Yeah, it was just, I just had to take a moment to remember Diane Keaton, because she was important in Hollywood and she was important to women and the feminist movement. I just wasn't really a part of that. So I really just saw her as sort of an ensemble actress, a quality actress, but not a star that I really followed. And I guess I'll have to go back and watch a bunch of her films now, just because I feel like I might have missed something and I should know these films. But I also have a little bit of an aversion to Woody Allen, and they did a couple of films together, and I really didn't like him. I didn't like his comedy style, and I don't like his life choices. And so that was another reason why I didn't watch some of the early films, because they were with him as well. But yeah, maybe I'll remedy that. I don't know, but I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of Diane Keaton's career. No mention of her death. I'm assuming she died peacefully of old age, but they haven't really said anything. It's really just, and it wasn't a huge surprise because of her age, but a bit of a surprise because it wasn't that long ago that she was working. So, and I think they'd done a book club too, and I thought they were going to do another one. So it may have been a bit of a surprise, because, you know, other actors work into their 80s and 90s and so forth. It does happen. But it's sad. So R.I.P. Diane Keaton.